I do get to eat my words just a little bit.
Okay.
Because Mega Absol with Brutal Swing does have higher DPS than Mega Tyranitar.
But less TDO.
By a lot. like
Darn it!
30% of Tyranitar's TDO.
Gosh,
so like it is a
darn it.
huge difference. But if you're only going to have one life bar, Mega Absol is technically better. So
if somebody gives you a hard time because you brought up Mega Absol, the entire rest of the crew bought Mega Tyranitar, you can be like, Kyle told me it has higher DPS, and then walk away before they try to correct you. Just whatever. It's fine.
Exactly.
You're tuned into the GOCast podcast, your one-stop shop for updates, news, tips, and community in the world of Pokemon Go. Thank you for listening.
Should we go fetch some Go Fast details for you? Sure thing.
Let's slow down. There's no reason to bug out. Or is there? And more on this episode of GOCast. Hello and welcome to the GOCast podcast, episode 317. It's March 11th, another Tuesday afternoon. Kyle and I are killing it. I mean, the Megapod was not on. Yes, it was on a Tuesday, wasn't it? What day did we record that?
It was
thing?
on a Tuesday.
Oh my
I vetoed
gosh.
Wednesday because it was not going to work.
Oh yeah, not for me too, because I had to hop on a plane the next morning and get out of here. So for that to be edited, nothing doing. Wow, 2 Tuesdays in a row. Holy moly. I'm your host, Chris, and as always, I'm joined by my co-host, Kyle.
Hiya.
Hey, Kyle, how you doing this week?
I'm okay. I'm stressed. I'm super stressed, but that's life is stressful.
Yeah, it really is, isn't it? You know, I've heard other people say that too. I myself have never been, I'm lying to you, I've been stressed as well. Very relatable, my friend. Okay, well, let's leave all of that behind us for, a little bit here, maybe for the exact length of this podcast episode. So it's been a week, and over that week, since we last spoke or recorded a show, it was like Coco Community Day. And we had set some goals. So let's take a look at those and see how we did. So, Mr. Kyle, this was on Sunday, right? Yeah.
No, it was on Saturday.
Oh, it was on a Saturday. So you were able to do it full stop.
Yep.
That's awesome. It's been a while for you since you've actually been able to play like a full event.
Yeah, well, and it's one I want to play. So there's been opportunities where I'm like, I'm okay.
Yeah, that's fair enough. So you had a rather what's the word? Aggressive, ambitious. That's the word I'm looking for. Ambitious goal of 10 shiny Fuecoco. How did that go for you?
I got 13.
Oh, lucky number 13. We love that. But were any of them good?
None of the shinies were good.
Of course not.
I got a 98 from one of the researches.
Oh, a regular 98 Fuecoco?
Yeah. So I'm going to max that out for my ghosts. So I just haven't yet.
Didn't you have a hundo from previous?
No. My only starter hundo that I have was the Rowlet.
Oh, Rowlet. That's right. Okay. All right. So that's one goal down. You exceeded that one. What about best buddying your Decidui?
I did do that.
Oh my gosh.
I did do that.
This
Finally,
man over here.
I finished the step for the Jirachi wish granted, and now I'm on the Kecleon step.
Wow. Somebody call the police because this man is killing it. Look at you go. Wow.
Which reminds me, I did that yesterday, I think it was yesterday. I have to go check now.
Okay.
And I got to work. I told Chris this already. I got to work and I already finished it while I was at home or whatever, did the buddy stuff, switched my buddy. And the Pokestop in my work had a Kecleon on it. So I knocked it off, clicked it to go catch it, threw an Ultra Ball at it. It broke out and it ran away. And I'm just like, okay. Yeah, that's how this is going to be. Huh?
Just maximum disrespect, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's like John Hankey like came out of your phone and spit on you and then just like left. Oh, well, I'm sorry, but have you found another Kecleon since, or has that been the one?
Oh, no. That was the only time I'd had my phone open to like really play. I've had my plus on, but yeah.
Gotcha. Well, we'll get to that in a second because I know you have some plus related news. We both have some bragging to do, I think. So 2 out of 2 for you. Excellent work. For myself, I wanted to catch five shiny Fuecoco because during the duration of this event, I was busy recording podcasts in Florida for a client for work the entire weekend, Thursday through Sunday. And I do mean through Sunday. Kyle, I don't think I told you this, but our flight back was delayed 2 hours.
Oh, no, you didn't? And wasn't it at like 10 p.m.?
It ended up being at 10 p.m. The flight was 6:15, and it was from Florida to Illinois, so we were going to gain an hour back, right? So it was supposed to be like a 2.5 hour flight. It turned into a 5-hour ordeal because not only were we delayed, it was then we had to take a different route. You know how it is. But I did watch a fun movie, Caddo Lake, which is like a thriller. It wants to be a horror movie so bad, but it just isn't. It was good. But anyway, 5 shiny Fuecoco was my goal. And I thought, hey, I'll just have it on my plus because I have some really good, like legendary plus luck. And so I was going to rely on it this time instead of it just being a serendipitous sort of thing. But I ended up having about 15 minutes between recordings because one group finished up very quick and the other group was not super early, like they kind of were trending. So I was like, great, awesome. I'm going to close this door, take my key card with me. I'm going to walk the convention hall down to the end and then back really quick. 15 minutes, no problem. I kid you not. And I text this to Kyle. I got 5 shinies in 12 minutes. 5. And this was at like 3 or something like that, like 3:30 or 3:15. And I knocked him out. It was awesome. But not only that, I had my plus going in my bag while I was finishing up the rest of the recording. Took the next hour or so. And I walked away with a total of 7. I was very happy.
Crazy.
Very happy.
I drove around for 2.5 hours and I was lucky to get 13.
Oh my gosh. Well, 13 is good though. It's more than I got. It's almost twice. Almost twice as many as I got.
You played for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, hey. If you factor out the efficiency, you still did better than me. I wanted to hatch 50 eggs. I didn't hatch 50 eggs. I hatched 127.
Jesus.
Yeah, dude, I love egg events. Oh my word. It was great. It turns out that walking around the convention center, going to and from places, and then, finding people and all that sorts of stuff, you rack up quite a bit of steps. So I did quite a bit, and it was like a quarter hatch distance once you got that extra bonus going on after the research. So that was all good. And then I wanted to reach rank 5 in GBL, and I'm proud to say, and I'll have to pull this up for proof on the video, but I did. I hit rank 5 in GBL. I actually followed through with a GBL goal. I know, it's crazy. Not only did I hit rank 5, here you go. You can see it right there. But of the 20 battles required to hit rank 5, I won 17 of them.
How's it feel knowing that you bullied a bunch of children who didn't know how to PvP?
I gotta be honest with you. It felt really good. Felt great. Yeah. I know this is a family friendly show, so we have some, all sorts of folks listening. I just want to let you know that when it comes to battling, there is no mercy. I will give no quarter. I don't care. That's fine. That's all right. All right.
What
so,
team you use?
What
team do you use?
So I played some Great League last week, and my Great League team was a Mandibuzz, a Shadow Lapras, and oh my gosh, what was the last one? This is embarrassing. I'm just talking such a big game. A shiny Clodsire. So that was good. And then it switched to Ultra League today. So I had to do rank 4 to 5 in Ultra League. And I relied on the old reliable, which was Alolan Muck, Poliwrath, and Shadow Granbull. The only time I'll ever use a Granbull in anything. It's just too good. It's just too good.
Oh man.
So that worked out great. So we'll see. Little spoiler, I may or may not have an additional GBL goal set for this week, but we'll get there at the end of the episode. All right, so before we get started with the news here, Mr. Kyle, you and I have some things to actually brag about. We used to do this all the time on the show. We'd talk about how our weekend, like our gameplay went. And then at some point in time, we're just like, you know what, it'll happen naturally. And then we just kind of never talked about it. But this week, let's take a moment. Let's talk about, aside from our Fuecoco hauls, the sorts of things that we accomplished this week. So what you got?
So I was checking my Fuecocos to confirm that I got enough for my goal here. And I found out that my plus caught 2 shinies for me yesterday that I didn't even check my inventory for it.
Oh,
it's a coughing and a Machop.
Okay. The coughing's cool.
Horrendously bad.
Well, that's the rule.
That's the rule.
Them's the rule.
That's it. Nothing else exciting. Just
hey.
No hundos, no anything.
The shiny coughing is cool. The shiny Machop, I mean, like, we have the community day, so like whatever. But the shiny coughing is cool.
Just
how many do you have?
That's number 3.
Okay, so you got one to trade. You know.
Sure.
Hey, nice work. All right. Today, while I was at work again, very, very early today for some AV support for an event, I had my plus going, and boy howdy, I plussed a Goldeen, a shiny Goldeen.
Wow.
See, because we were talking earlier, and I was like, it's not new, but it is exciting. I think that qualifies because Goldeen is pretty rare, honestly. So I was happy for
it's
that.
not very common. Well, especially around here, it's not really common at all.
Yeah, it used to be, and it was like one of those, like, you know, the always there spawns that eventually got stripped in favor of seasonal spawns and stuff like that. So that's cool. And then lastly, I finished 2 hundo lines of Pokemon. I got a Stuffle, so now I have a Stuffle and a Beware that are both hundos. And I hatched a Smoliv today. So I have Smoliv, whatever the middle one is, and Arboliva. I can never remember the middle one.
It's like, is Doliv?
Oh, you nailed it. That is it, isn't it? Wow. This man over here, he loves Doliv. He's Doliv's #1 fan. Oh my goodness. So, you know, it is what it is. That's cool. I'll try powering those up at some point. We'll see. Cool stuff. Pokemon Go. It's hot again, guys. That's just because we were lucky this week. That's the only reason I was saying that.
Yeah. It's also almost warm outside here. Almost.
It's getting there. I think over the week. Well, it's not over the weekend. I think it's Thursday or Friday. We've got, whenever we're supposed to get some rain, it's because there's a warm front coming in, and we're supposed to have like a high of 60 something or 70
75.
Holy
75 on Friday.
75. Oh my gosh. Make sure your air conditioner's working, folks. Holy moly. Oh, all right. Well, Pokemon Go might be hot because we're rather lucky this past week, but it's also pretty hot because we've got some new news to talk about. So let's hop right into that, shall we? Yo, what up? It's the news. Okay, we got some GoFest related news. This came out, I think, like the same day that we published our last episode, which is like last Friday. So you might have heard this already, but boy, howdy, we're going to tell you again. Maybe you missed a detail somewhere. Alrighty, so Volcanion makes its inaugural appearance in Pokemon Go. So with every GoFest, they kind of bring out a mythical. And then, you know, we get researches and stuff in the future. We get other copies of that mythical, things like that. So this time, this one is Volcanion, which is a fire and water mythical Pokemon who looks rather cool. Who goes there? It's Volcanion. For the first time in Pokemon Go, trainers will be able to encounter the elusive Steam Pokemon. Ticket-holding trainers will be able to complete exclusive special research to learn more about the Steam Pokemon and have an opportunity to encounter it. Ticket holding trainers will only encounter Volcanion once, no matter how many Pokemon Go Fest 2025 special research stories they acquire and complete. If you obtain more than one, you just get candy in the step that you would have otherwise encountered Volcanion. And then just to reiterate, this also includes global. So if you go to an in-person and global, the one that you get from the research you complete from global will have the candy. So in case for some reason in your mind you feel like those are categorized differently, they are not. You'll just get candy. We already knew this, but it's reiterated here. 3 real-world locations for GoFest this year. May 29th through June 1st is going to be in Osaka, Japan. I believe it's going to be at that same Centennial Park that they had last time, the Expo Park. June 6th through 8th is going to be in Jersey City, New Jersey. That's going to be at Liberty State Park, I think is the name of it. It's like the only park there. And then June 13th through the 15th is going to be in Paris, France. So it's somewhere in France, or somewhere in Paris, rather. I'm not entirely sure. I don't remember off the top of my head. But go take a look if you'd like. Tickets are now available, by the way. That said, only the early bird tickets are available. And for most of these, they're sold out. Yeah, so they're not like sold out though. So like when regular tickets go out, you can still get them. You just can't get them for like $5 cheaper or whatever the case may be.
Just the early bird portions are sold out.
Yes. So if you are a listener of It's Super Effective like the two of us are, you may have already heard on that episode from this week, Steve kind of laid out some generic sort of, hey, this is what time we're playing and what we're planning on doing. Just know that we do intend to kind of partner up again on Sunday for that raid train like we did last year. So come on out with us and that community, which is wonderful, and play. Well, not entirely sure if we're going to be in Central Park or maybe somewhere else, because apparently the cell service in Central Park is mega bad and got worse. It's apparently gotten worse. So,
okay. Even worse. Good.
Yes. So we're going to probably take a look somewhere else. I'll have to talk to Steve about what his plans might be. So we'll get more details to y'all as we get closer about what our specific plans are. But Sunday will be city play for sure. After having done that in LA, I think that is the way to go. And we'll have many other opportunities to meet up. We'll probably have a Saturday night outing at some sort of bar or something, or dinner place like we usually do. So more details about that later. And this will, of course, be for the Jersey City GoFest. But there's also going to be GoFest Global. Don't forget, June 28th and 29th, global event tickets are available now, and they'll be available to purchase up until the last day of the event, so on the 29th of June. Unlike the in-person experiences, trainers don't need to worry about global events selling out. Well, that's nice of them. It is a digital good, so it's not like they're going to run out of shelf space. Trainers who purchase their ticket from the Pokemon Go web store will receive 3 premium battle passes, 5 rare candies, and 5 max revives at no additional cost. So like most things, if you're going to purchase it, check the web store. If you can buy it there, it's going to just be a better value because they want to incentivize you to use that over app stores. Thank you, Apple. Purchase your global event tickets by April 15th and play between April 8th and April 15th. To receive timed research that awards an encounter with Skidoo. Yep. There's that.
There it is.
Yeah. It is important to note that in the cover art for Jersey City, Skidoo is featured. So is Hawlucha. So if you are looking for those, they will be at those events. And Global, I think, also has Skidoo on it. I believe
it has Skidoo, but no Hawlucha.
No Hawlucha. It does have Klefki though, just for Kyle. Just for Kyle. Yeah.
I need a shiny, I guess. I don't know.
That's true. You do.
Is the shiny a stark color difference?
I couldn't tell you. I don't care enough to even look it up right now, man. Uh-oh, he's making a face. What's it look like?
It's gold.
Oh, that's all right.
But it's like a brushed gold or a pale gold.
Like a copper?
I don't. No, I mean it's more yellow than that, but it's not like it's not like shiny Love Disc.
Okay. All right, cool. That's fine. Anyway, moving on here. Besides Volcanion, there will also be the debut of the crowned forms of Zacian and Zamazenta, also known as the cool forms of Zacian and Zamazenta. They look really rad. This is like after you get the sword for Zacian and the shield for Zamazenta in the games, they turn into their like, oh, we're like actually superhero legendary Pokemon, and they look rad. Speaking of looking rad, oh yeah, they do. Yes, they do. And speaking of looking rad and looking great, like Kyle was just saying, you can pre-order your GoFest merch. The design is awesome.
It's good.
Yeah.
I haven't been a huge fan of the past couple. They've just been kind of okay.
Yeah.
This one's good. I like it.
Yes, it features Zacian and Zamazenta in like a circle pattern, and it looks awesome. So I'm thrilled. There's a hoodie, the zipper up hoodie, a t-shirt, a tote bag, and that looks like a coaster. I don't even know what that little thing is. It's something.
Zacian and Zamazenta it's interesting because the crown form is busted in the main series game for Zacian at least. But
because of the attack,
their move sets are not the greatest for PvE in Go.
I guess we'll see. They might get new moves, unless it's a form change thing. Who knows how they're going to handle it?
Maybe they'll get an adventure effect.
I mean, I wouldn't rule it out, to be super honest with you.
Do I need to do another 16 raids to activate one of each type? My God.
Yes, sir.
I don't know.
You bet. But now it's going to be dogs, so you'll be happy about doing them. That'll be fine. And I just realized it's not a coaster. That's a pin. That's a pin on a plastic like card thing.
Yeah, it's like a lapel pin, I think is what it says here.
Yes, I believe so. There will also be a new limited edition backpack. Get ready for Pokemon Go Fest 2025 with a new limited edition backpack. Choose between a Pikachu Gengar, there you go, Kyle, or a Wobbuffet backpack to level up your in-person adventure. Trainers who purchase this backpack will also receive a matching avatar item in the game to match the physical item. Note, exclusive for Jersey City and Paris, not available in Osaka. It's kind of a bummer, but
do we know how much they are?
No.
No? Okay. So
I don't think so, but I think
I do know that Sarah Amanda shared other backpacks made by this company.
Yeah.
And they are expensive.
They're like $120, I think, or something like that.
On the low end.
On the low end.
So even if you assume no Pokemon tax, which doesn't exist.
Why would you assume that?
It's a really expensive backpack. And I was like, what do you think of the Gengar? I'm like, it's cool, but it's not a $200 cool.
Yeah, but like,
that's all I'm saying.
Like, I could get you a Christmas present and then have an excuse to not get you a Christmas present for the next 5 years.
There's better things you could get. Get me the Gigantamax Gengar pillow with the like 10-foot tongue or something.
Oh yeah, the one that you can like climb in or whatever. That one.
Yeah, like put your head in and rest on the.
The one that's like the studio apartment, but it's just inside Gengar. Yeah, I'm with you. But lastly, just to let y'all know, Enthusiast and Raid Lover add-ons are going to be available again. So if that's what you're into, and you are going to do those things, they are absolutely worth the price if you can swing it. And then choose between a morning or afternoon time slot in the park. This is the same that it's been for GoFest in the past. It is dissimilar to Go Tour, where you can spend all day in the park when you go to the in-person events. If you're new and you're listening kind of for the first time and you haven't been to a GoFest or are unfamiliar with in-person, when you buy a ticket, like let's say for Saturday, you have to specify morning or afternoon. And you spend half of your day, morning or afternoon, in the park. And the other part is the supplemental city play. Which brings me to the actual last thing that I have to say, which is even though GoFest 2025 Jersey City is going to be in New Jersey, you can still play in the entirety of New York City during your city play. The geofence will encompass all of the boroughs of New York.
That's a good decision.
It is a good decision, but honestly, it would have been so funny if it didn't.
It's terrible.
Oh, it would have been awful. Yeah.
That said, little bit of advice for those who haven't bought their ticket yet. Steve was saying this, I believe, on this last week's episode of It's Super Effective. If you're on the fence about which day to get, Friday's the best day to go.
Yeah.
If as a general consumer, Friday is the best day to go, and it's not even close. There is half the amount of people, better experience just in general. The park is not worn away by 30,000 people have already played. You get it out of the way, you get your mythical, and then you can enjoy your weekend however you want to play. And it's just so much better.
That one point you said about it being worn down by 30,000 people is so real. If it rains the first day, the people that go the second day are slipping and sliding all over the place.
Yeah. So if you're on the fence and you have the flexibility to do any day, Friday morning is it's the best choice.
Yeah.
Friday morning in the park, I guess I should specify here.
Yes, I would agree. It used to not be, because some of these events were rather unreliable performance-wise. I think that's a good way to put it. They have gotten it down over the years for these GoFest events, and it's really rather stable. Again, LA was like picture perfect performance-wise.
Also, if you go on Friday and there are any issues, you will probably have more time baked into your trip to take advantage of any extras they give you.
Yeah.
If they extend it for 2 hours and you were already planning on being there Saturday as well, it doesn't feel as bad as if you're on Saturday, they extend it and you have to leave on Sunday. Kind of thing.
I also believe, and I have not confirmed this with my own two eyes, but I've heard many people that I trust say this and mention this and post about it. But you can also buy a city experience for Thursday. So if you want to make this a 4-day thing, you can do that.
Well, I'm not going to lie. That's too much go.
That's a lot of go.
It's way too much go.
It's a lot of go.
Too much.
Could you imagine, though? You get there on Thursday. There's no park day, right? So, I would just go out and shiny hunt and try to get the things that I'm looking for out of the way so I can truly turn my trainer brain off for the majority of the weekend after that. You know what I mean? That'd be awesome.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're there, why not? Of course.
Yeah.
You're already paying to be there. So
true that. Okay, well, that's the GoFest details we have right now, and nothing about wild encounters or super specific stuff like that, but some more details nonetheless. And of course, we will talk about details as we get closer to the event and what to highlight, what to look for, yada yada, all that good stuff. So in the future, moving on here, we have several events to talk about. This first one is a Catch Mastery event, which is actually happening this weekend on Sunday, March 16th at 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. local time. And it's going to feature Archen. That one.
I think it's Archen, but
Archen?
That's what I always say.
I'm gonna keep saying Archen just because it'll be different. Wild encounters, when they say this, they mean that these two Pokemon will appear more frequently. Omanite and Kabuto. It will not exclusively be those two Pokemon. It'll be mostly them and some other friends, Event bonuses: increased chance of encountering shiny Omanite, shiny Kabuto, and shiny Archen. 2 times experience for successfully catching Pokemon with nice throws, and then 2 times experience for successfully catching Pokemon with curveball throws. In addition, there will be field research task encounters focused on Pokeball throwing accuracy, and when you complete them, you will earn encounters with Archen when you complete the tasks and claim them and stuff. And then lastly, paid timed research. Of course there is. For $2, you get 40 additional encounters with Archen that you can work through. And remember, there is some extra inherent value with those 40 additional encounters because they have an IV floor of 10, 10, 10 since they're research-based.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's good. So what do you think, Kyle? We haven't seen a Catch Mastery event in a minute here, and this one's kind of cool because
this is just a reflavored research day.
Yeah.
So I don't know why it's called Catch Mastery. I'm a little bit confused because did they call the flying one Catch Mastery too?
Yeah. I don't remember, but this one is catch mastery and not research, because there's not varied research tasks to do. All of the tasks are going to be focused on ball throwing accuracy. So curveballs, nice throws, great throws, excellent throws. It's specified.
Okay, sure. Okay, I feel like this is just trying to disguise an old event in new wording, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with field research events. They're fine. And I'm going to say something. This is going to be very funny. They've gone too far in the other direction.
What do you mean?
The last one that we had, which I'm pretty sure was the birds one, where there was like 5 birds in the tasks.
Yeah.
Too many. There's too many. And now all there is Archen and Almanite and Kabuto. It's not enough. I think the 2 Pokemon focus was so good when it was just, Tyrant
and Amara.
Yeah, or Shieldon and Cranidos. Like 2 is it's such a good one. And like even 1, I think the Stunfisk day was both Stunfisk, not just Galarian, if I remember correctly.
You're right.
So like that's 2 to focus on there as well. And so like it feels really weird that there's Archen here and no Tortuga. You could have just included Tortuga, and I think the event just would have been great, honestly.
Objectively better, probably.
Like, and it feels weird, like, oh, we're gonna keep Tortuga to do the same thing next month instead. Like,
yeah, I mean, I don't even think there is another one for a while.
No, I'm just making a joke, but yeah.
Oh, I see.
Well,
like, you're not too far from the truth.
Like, yeah, I mean, this is fine. No problem, but you have to want this to go play it. Like, there's no appeal to a wider audience, I think.
Yeah.
Which is okay. That's it.
I mean, we've also had ample opportunity to get shiny Archen already.
I wouldn't say ample, but we have had opportunities.
Yeah, I have 3.
I think I only have 1, and I think it was from a GoFest. I think it was I don't even remember now anymore. I'm opening my game, but
2 of mine are from New York. Let me see.
Yeah, I know I did not get a Tortuga there. So
2023, and 2023. So it must have been. It's Roselia Hour. I guess I'll put my plus on.
Yeah, it was GoFest in 2023. So
that makes sense. Yeah. So I mean, I'm going to do this. Of course I am. It's just because I have nothing else going on Sunday, so this will be fun.
Yeah, I mean, I work on Sunday, so I don't think I'm going to go out from 10 to 2 for this. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, you could go out like 30 minutes early and then sit at work and get some, I guess. But the point is to do the research task. That's the bummer. It's not like you muted it. We throw down a lure and just kind of let it happen.
And also, they're going to be catch focused, so I can't like play passively with my plus while I hit the stops around my neighborhood.
That's true.
Which is a little bit annoying, but I get it.
I mean, that's true of a regular research day too.
No, because a regular research day could have a task of catch 5 Pokemon, for example.
Yeah, but you would still be limited to then that task just finishing and that's it. Because you need tasks to do.
But what I'm saying, like, if I were to like drive around or walk around stops.
Yeah.
If the stop is make 5 nice throws, I can't passively complete that.
I see.
No matter what happens. That's the difference that they're clearly focusing on here.
I was definitely still on the idea that you were going to be in one place doing it. That's why.
Like immediate area. There's like down the street. There's like 10 stops or whatever from my Starbucks. So,
wow, every rural listener just cried a little bit.
It's a retirement home,
and those folks are playing Mad Go.
I have a feeling they probably hate all of those stops that are there. If I'm being honest,
if they really hated them, they get them removed. So I'm going to.
There's not enough Go players here. If this was like Woodstock, you could bet those would be removed for sure. There's no doubt.
I'll have you know, I'll have you know that the only time stops were removed in Woodstock is because Go players were framed by non-Go players. Framed. Anyway, speaking of being framed, let's move on to our next event, which is Mega Absol Raid Day. Just because it shows up when bad things are supposed to happen doesn't mean that it's fault. When will this be? It'll be Sunday, March 23rd from 2 to 5 p.m. local time. I'm going to go through these details, but just know the format for this is like every other raid day we've had. Mega Raid Day, regular Raid Day. It's all kind of the same. Attack availability updates. This is the only new part. Brutal Swing will be coming to Absol. So if you catch any on the day or use a charge TM on or after the event, you can have an Absol learn Brutal Swing, the charged dark move, which is quite good. In trainer battles, it has 55 power, and in gyms or raids, it has 65 power. Do you know off the top of your head, Kyle, if this is something that Absol really needed?
Well, the problem is that Mega Tyranitar exists.
Yeah.
So, is this make Absol better? Almost assuredly. Does it let it compete with non-megas?
What a fun caveat. Yahoo.
But if you're gonna mega evolve something, this is the problem with the mega system in Go. It's also kind of the problem with the mega system in the main series game too. Let's be real.
Yeah.
What are you mega evolving Absol for over Tyranitar?
Well, in the main series games, it's for whatever the ability is, right?
Well, yeah, but even the main series game, there's 68 megas. But competitively, 12 of them were used.
Sure.
So, no one's using Mega Beedrill, for example.
Shame.
No matter what.
It's because people lack taste. I don't know what to tell you.
Sure. You know what? I do get to eat my words just a little bit.
Okay.
Because Mega Absol with Brutal Swing does have higher DPS than Mega Tyranitar.
But less TDO.
By a lot. Darn it! 30% of Tyranitar's TDO. So it is a huge difference. But if you're only going to have one life bar, Mega Absol is technically better. So
if somebody gives you a hard time because you brought up Mega Absol, the entire rest of the crew bought Mega Tyranitar, you can be like, Kyle told me it has higher DPS, and then walk away before they try to correct you. Just whatever. It's fine.
Exactly.
Okay, let's finish up Mega Absol Raid Day with some rather blasé details if you've done many of these like we have. Event bonuses. Remote raid pass limit will be increased to 20 from Saturday, March 22nd at 5 p.m. to Sunday, March 23rd at 8 p.m. PDT. Receive up to 5 additional free raid passes from spinning gym photo discs for a total of 6 each day. Increased chance of encountering shiny Absol from Mega Raids. There's going to be an event ticket for $5 US, which will net you 8 additional raid passes from spinning gym photo discs for a daily total of 14. Increased chance to get Rare Candy XL from raid battles, and 50% more XP from raid battles, and 2 times Stardust from raid battles. So, like we say every single time, if you intend to do this volume of raids, buy the ticket if you can afford it, because it makes it just all better, and the value is then worth it. Yeah. That's kind of it. That's the wisdom there. Free timed research. We love free timed research. 10,000 Stardust, 1,000 additional Stardust for completing a raid battle for a total of 2,000 or 3,000 with the event ticket, and more. Kind of wish that they would tell us what the more is, but it is free, so who can complain? Web store ultra ticket box. Like we said before, if you're gonna buy something and go, check the web store, see if it's there, because if it is, it's going to be better. They're going to incentivize you there. So there's that. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, it's a positive.
There's nothing.
Well, it's an objective fact is what I should say.
Yeah. There's really nothing else to say about this. I think it kind of comes down to whether you A, like raiding, B, like mega raids in particular, or C, A, B, 3, A, B, C. If you like Mega Absol, right? So
yeah, or just Absol, that's okay too.
Well, I'd imagine if you liked Absol but hated Mega Absol, you might not do it.
But more chances for Absols.
Fabsols.
You don't catch Mega Absol, you catch Absol. So
that's true. Yeah, maybe you get some sort of satisfaction from beating up the Mega Absol, and then it turns into an Absol. It's like purification for DeFi. It's like a moral thing that you have to do, an obligation.
Oh, man.
Okay, well, let's move on to this last event here, which is, including GoFest in this statement, this is going to be the best event ever. Because it's Bug Out 2025, ladies and germs. We love this. I do. I should clarify. When is this going to be? Wednesday, March 26th at 10 a.m. and it runs until Sunday, March 30th at 8 p.m. local time. Event bonuses include 2 times experience for successfully catching Pokemon with nice throws or better, increased candy for said throws, increased chance for Candy XL for said throws if you're level 31 and up. Lure modules will attract Sizzlipede during the event. I guess it's a spoiler for the next bit here. Increased chance to encounter Shiny Wurmple and Shiny Venipede just after I got my Shiny Venipede too. And enough Pokemon are caught with help from a single lure module, additional Pokemon will appear near the lured Pokestop, which is kind of neat. Debuts, goes without saying, it's Sizzlipede and its evolution sent to Scorch, which is a Gigantamaxable Pokemon whenever they feel that they should add it. So it's exciting, I suppose. We don't even know if we're getting Dynamax and Sizzlipede this event, so we might.
I feel like they would say something, right?
Yeah, they'd have to, right? I think we might be 2 events away from Gigantamax sent to Scorch, actually, like for real.
Yeah.
Wild encounters of this event include this handsome grouping of Pokemon: Caterpie, Weedle, Wurmple, Nincada, Venipede, Dwebble, Joltik, Grubbin, Dupiter, sorry, Nimble, and Cutiefly. The Cutiefly is the rare spawn in that grouping there. All of these can be shiny, so get out there.
Every single one.
And watch those bugs sparkle. In raids, we're going to see a little bit, I do mean just a little bit of a shakeup. 1-star raids will feature Maboy, Scyther, Nincada, and Sizzlipede. Only Sizzlipede cannot be shiny, the other 2 can. And in 3-star raids, all 3 of these can be shiny. It'll be Beedrill, Caesar, and Cleavor. I might be doing some 3-star raids.
Yeah, I mean, that's great to see Cleavor.
Yeah. We do like seeing Cleavor back. There's going to be field research task rewards that will be event themed, and you can do them to earn Mega Energy, Scatterbug Candy, and encounters with event themed Pokemon. I liked that they slotted in Scatterbug Candy. That's actually kind of cool. I'm into that. There's going to be a free timed research that will give you 1 lure module and encounters with event themed Pokemon, including Shedinja, Sizzlipede, Cleavor, and more. Friendly reminder that Shedinja can be shiny, so that is a worthwhile check, and you really can't get it outside of things like this. So if you do nothing else, try to get that done. There's going to be a paid time to research, of course, for $2. You get another lure module, 2 premium battle passes, and even more encounters with event-themed Pokemon, including Heracross, Sizzlipede, and Cleavor, and more. If you are new to the game, Heracross is a regional and would be worthwhile getting if you do not have one already. It's one of those regionals that was like really, really rare to begin with. And then because it was a Johto one, it kind of ran through the events. And so like everybody that's been playing probably has one, but probably doesn't have a lot of extras left to trade. So if you're a new trainer, this might be a good chance to snag one if you need it. Are you going to balk my conventional wisdom? Is that
No, it's sound wisdom, but the foundation of it is bad because you're paying $2 for Heracross.
Oh, for sure.
How is this any different than paying $8 for like 4 Galarian Mr. Mimes?
I'm sorry. That's a good point, except I don't know. This feels different.
I think it's worse. The whole like regionals are supposed to be regional. Like
What if I told you, though, it wasn't $8 for one Galarian Mr. Mime, it was $5 for one?
Why? No, you got two.
Two. I don't remember.
I don't remember. Either way, the cost is technically better regardless. It feels bad. I don't like seeing a regional in a paid time research. If it was in the free time research, that's an awesome boon, like just to people who get to play right now.
Yeah.
I'd rather not see it.
I think their thinking and justification is kind of what the first half of my explanation there, or my reasoning was, that everybody that has been playing has got one or has seen like 50 of them. It's been in raid events. It's been all over the place. It has a mega.
It does have a mega.
So when mega raids come around, it doesn't matter if it's regional or not. You can pick it up, but it rarely does. So yeah, there's that. Okay. All right. This is the best part of this, and I'm not joking. New avatar items. Now, I know what you're thinking, Chris. What are you talking about? Here's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Sizzlipede boots and a Scolipede jacket. And if you need to go pull up that image to take a look at it, you'll know that I saw this and I'm like, this is my new personality. This is going to be me for the rest of my life. It is so good. Kyle just blew it up in our notes so we can see it in all of its glory. It's so good.
It's pretty terrible, but like it's terrible in a good way.
I will say one thing that bothers me is that the red on the boots and the jacket are different colors because the Pokemon are.
Yeah, they don't match the Pokemon at all. Like, why Scolipede jacket and not Sizzlipede jacket? Sizzlipede jacket, like
because Sizzlipede is too small.
What? It's thematic. Small. Like, who cares?
I don't know. I like the Scolipede jacket, man.
I know, but then where are my Scolipede boots?
Where's my Scorch mask, which is just the mustache?
yeah. See.
That would be so sick.
Creative team dropping the ball.
If they sold that mustache as a mask, and it just was the mustache with no other part, no mask or anything really, that thing would sell so quick.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. All right. Couple more things here, and then I promise we're done, and my excitement will wane. I promise. Collection challenges: complete catch and evolution focused collection challenges to receive Stardust, XP, and encounters with event themed Pokemon. And lastly, you guessed it, showcases. Yes, sirree. There's going to be some of those. So if you have yet to complete your showcases medal, which is not me anymore, so happy. You got to do those. Get them done.
Yeah, you don't have to.
You don't have to, but you could. It's a thing. Big number go up. Okay. Any thoughts on Bug Out 2025, Kyle, that we already didn't? We kind of made some pit stops for opinions along the way, but do you have any other overall thoughts on this event?
I get one Shedinja. That's what I get here. Which is better than what I thought when I started reading this. I'm like, yo, where's the Shedinja? So they remembered, and that I can be happy about. And I like Sizzlipede, which we'll talk about in a second. But
yeah, big fan.
Yeah, it's good. Lots of shiny checks. For those who care about it, evolution fodder, easy stuff. Caterpie, Wurmple, Weedle. Nincada's not very common, like even still. So like that's nice to see more of.
Yep. I agree 100%. All points, no notes. I still don't have a shiny Nimble, by the way, so I'm excited to see it in the wild here. And I mean, it is now, but I hope I get to see a lot and get some shiny.
I've got a note that I've got to make because Chris already made it on Discord. So if he's not going to share it, then I will.
Oh yeah.
It feels a little bit strange that Sizzlipede is available from only lures and raids, not even a rare spawn in the wild. Well, first off, lures are premium items, so you have to pay for them. And sure, you do get one free one, but let's be very real here. One free one might get you one Sizzlipede if you're lucky.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll get you a couple depending on the spawn rates. I'm not that hopeful, but either way. is almost worse than being tied to raids, because at least with a raid, you know exactly what you're going into. You're going there, you're going to get a Sizzlepede, you're going to walk away.
Yeah.
Can you imagine popping down a lure and not seeing a Sizzlepede?
Yes.
Yeah, it's bad. Yeah.
I mean, go ahead. Sorry, actually.
No, because I was going to steal your point that you made, but I figured you were about to make it. So
no, I wasn't actually. I was going to let you completely take that entire thing. What I wanted to say really quick was that if enough Pokemon are caught with help from a single lure module, additional Pokemon will appear near the lure Pokestop. So what that implies to me is that people other than the person that put down the lure catching Pokemon under said lure make that happen, not the person who put the lure down.
Yes. And like, I just want to make sure the text does say that it spawns from. Yeah, okay, it does say that Sizzlepede spawns from lures. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't misremembering our whole conversation here.
No,
the last part is that
race.
lures have always felt a little bit strange in Go because they encourage you to like kind of keep to one spot.
Yeah.
And like that's really great if you have a good community that like has a big area they play in. But when you have like, 2 or 3 lures, you're like sitting on a park bench, like not doing anything.
Yeah, true.
And it's a little bit opposite of a lot of the ideas that Niantic has talked about.
Now, one thing I will say that might be different here is that, if you want to be, instead of putting down a lure and hoping other people show up to help you, you could be the person that seeks out other lures and is the person that helps underneath that lure. And so that might encourage you to move around to places that you're not currently. But once you get there, then you're going to be staying under there, catching as many as you can. But if you don't have lures, that's another option for you. You can go find somebody else that's put a lure down, maybe in like your downtown area, if you have a nice one that people play in. During events like these where there is stuff under lures, people that have like 50 or 60 of them because they never use them and they do all the special research, it gives it to them for free. This is when they use them because they're motivated to. So you will likely see many, many lures go down in your local play area.
How many lures do I have? I have 18 lures, not counting special lures.
This is what I'm talking about. Thank you very much. What a good example.
Go lure up my local park by myself.
That's I'm a one-man army, man. I got lures for everybody. Oh, jeez. Check under your seat. Everybody gets a brand new lure. Okay. So there's that, folks. That is still, again, that's a little bit of a ways out. March 26th is like 2 weeks from now. So, yep. All right. That's a lot of news. And that's a lot of stuff that we talked about. But now we're done talking about that stuff. And we're going to take a little short break. And when we come back, you're going to learn a little bit more about Sizzlepede and Centiskorch. See you then.
And we're back with this week's Pokelore. And it is, surprise, Sizzlepede and Centiskorch, the Radiator Pokemon.
Ooh.
See, they both share their title. That's what I'm saying here.
Supposed to be. Yeah.
Sizzlepede is an insectoid Pokemon with a long, flat body. Its thorax and head are mainly red-orange with dark brown sections across its body and yellow rings on its underside, which can get very hot. 2 fiery whiskers protrude from its face, and it uses its short, stubby legs to move around. Sizzlepede uses its coils to wrap around the prey before using its heated body to cook it.
Let's
go.
Cooks
it alive.
Yeah.
Sizzlepede, much like its evolved form Centiskorch, can generate heat using the flammable gas stored within its body. Once the prey is cooked to well done, it will voraciously nibble at them piece by piece until the last morsel. Sizzlepede is related to Skorupi, with the 2 sharing a common ancestor. That's very un-Pokemon like.
Yeah, that's strange.
It is a similar species to Venipede, but often gets into fights with it whenever the 2 meet. Centiskorch is a flat centipede-like Pokemon. What? Okay. Why is this centipede-like, but the other one is just insectoid? It's even got centipede in the name. Well, part of the name. Okay. Anyways.
Look the other way, man.
It is red with circular orange-yellow heat-generating organs on the underside of each section, while its dorsal side, along with its legs and mandible, are a darker shade of red. The head has an orange mark in the shape of an exclamation point on the top and 2 bright yellow eyes with triangular red pupils. It has orange-yellow flames coming out of its head and rear, simulating antennae and telson. Centiskorch creates flammable gases by fermenting by fermenting the food in its body, and then burns these gases through the heat-generating organs along its underside.
Same.
This results in the overflowing flames on either side of its body, which can reach temperatures of almost 1,500 degrees Fahrenheit, 800 degrees Celsius. As shown in the manga, the flames on its head can turn off. Due to its violent and belligerent nature, Centiskorch will attack anything that comes near it. When in battle, Centiskorch will rear up and use its long, hot body to attack, either by slamming its searing belly into opponents like a whip or constricting them with its body. Very, very Monster Hunter.
It's hot body.
Scolipede is the natural predator or prey of Centiskorch. Which is it? Depending on who wins the territorial fight. Oh, okay.
Sure.
That's not how that works at all. I feel
no. Well,
they're just neither is predator or prey.
I mean, yeah, but they eat each other.
Yeah, but they eat each other.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
Stats. Max CP at level 40 is 2990, and at level 50 is 3381. Not horrendous. 225 stamina, 158 defense, and 220 attack. Best moveset, Bite or Ember with Heat Wave and Bug Buzz, as far as we know currently.
Bug Bite, to clarify, not just bite.
Bug
Bite.
Did I not say Bug Bite?
Maybe you did. Maybe I missed it. But
maybe I
anyway.
misspoke. Bug Bite or Ember for a fast move.
Yep.
So it's not going to break any charts, unfortunately. Its typing is not really working for it here.
No, but it's an exciting bug Pokemon. Like in the world of bugs, it's cool. I mean, I know we have Volcarona, and Volcarona is a much better fire type bug. But this guy's got a Gigantamax, and that's exciting.
Yeah, sure.
You know,
I love Centiskorch. Centiskorch is great.
Yeah.
It's a great Pokemon. Sizzlipede is also great. So big fan. Yeah. Big fan of these Pokemon.
Good deal. Me too. No complaints. I'm very excited to catch these guys. That's kind of it. I don't really have anything else interesting to say. It's a cool Pokemon. It's bug. Yahoo. We love it. Cool.
Okay.
I guess that's it.
That's it.
Pokélore.
That's all there is to say. There's nothing negative, nothing negative really to say, except it's not going to be exceptionally good. And it is going to have a Gigantamax in the future. So that's a negative depending on how you want to take it. So.
And as it is right now, the moveset looks good, but this is it's not out yet. So these things have changed before in the past. I hope it doesn't get bad moves. I hope it gets to keep these because these ones are decent.
Yeah, but like you're still not going to use it. So like it's okay if it gets bad moves. It's not going to, it's not going to make it less competitive than something like Volcarona or Genesect or something like that anyways.
The flame
and the fire
drive.
Types, of course, are
burn
so
drive.
much better.
Yeah, that's true. So true.
All right. It's time for PokéPoll. Last week's PokéPoll was, what Pokemon do you feel doesn't get the attention it deserves in Pokemon Go? Think events, features, etc. First response from Mikey Midas, and they said, the real answer has to be Rotom, right? It's not a legendary, mythical, or regional exclusive, and yet you'll have a tough time finding one if you want one. It's only been available during specific events and only one form at a time. Here's one in a special research. Here's a handful from Photobombs. Do they all have bad IVs? Too bad. Trade for more. I strongly agree. How did this wind up being the one Pokemon that's just like, nah, we're going to keep this from you guys forever, basically?
It's because they didn't let it form change. That's why.
which makes no sense at all. But like, even technology aside, they could have just had the different forms be featured for events instead.
Yeah. I mean, there's a strong possibility that we will get some sort of like haunted power plant event in the future, or for a Halloween event, it'll be featured or something like that. We might yet get some more, but
I think base form Rotom absolutely should have been featured from something. Yeah. I can respect at least the forms being like gate kept a little bit, especially because they're not particularly good in Go, unlike in the main series where a couple of them have really good use.
Yeah.
But like, give us regular Rotom and then figure out the form changing later, you know? Yeah, I agree.
I'm with you. That's a good point.
Next response is from Tone. He said, Tiny Rattata. There is a medal for it, but no real way to try and get it. A rat-focused event with increased chance for extra small shiny and a shiny boost could be a real spotlight for the little guys. That's absolutely true.
Yes.
Absolutely true. Especially we have the technology.
We have the technology. Remember when we cheered for Pidgey?
Yeah.
Just the other event? We would do the same for Rattata. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Finally, somebody will finish their Rattata.
The youngster medal.
Youngster? Yeah, there you go.
I think so. Yeah.
All right. Our last response from Artemis Dragon. They said, howdy, GOCast. I think there was a similar discussion on this before. I can't remember what it was actually about, but I do remember me saying that I wish there was a new battle system that could be added for most of these dex fillers that most don't get to enjoy because they're either too underpowered for raids or only good in PvP. Eventually, we did end up getting max battles, giving Pokemon like Toxtricity a place to shine, but the feature is very hit or miss, in my opinion. Nevertheless, the Pokemon I'm going to showcase is Absol, since it's getting a raid day and the move Brutal Swing added to its kit, which doesn't help it. I'm so sad to say. Absol is a personal favorite of mine that has fallen off so badly in Pokemon Go since its glory days of being a raid-locked 4-star trophy. It doesn't have a place anywhere because of how stats work in this game, and unless something drastic happens with the Pokemon Company, it'll probably never have any relevancy. So, TPC, if you're out there, please rebalance Absol's stats that hold it back. And while you're at it, give its Megaform a secondary typing for crying out loud. How dare you toy with my emotions by giving it those glorious heavenly wings and not making it part flying or fairy. Not cool, bro. Size. Legends ZA better fix this problem is all I'm saying. LOL. Justice for Absol. Peace, y'all. Are we sure Artemis Dragon wrote this and Carlo didn't write this? you guys need to conspire.
Maybe it was a collaborative answer.
Well, so we can back up just a second. Brutal Swing does help Absol. Slightly. It doesn't make it great, but it is technically an improvement.
Yeah.
I do agree. That said, the answer to Absol's problems is not fixing its Mega or rebalancing its stats. It's giving it an evolution. Because that's the only thing you're ever going to actually have happen, is them give it a new evolution like they did to like Ursaring, who was a nobody Pokemon, more or less.
Yeah.
And Ursaluna is crazy.
It is, but in Go, did it really put it on the map?
I mean, Ursaluna has use compared to like Ursaring, who is useless.
High horsepower. Yeah.
So
for sure. All right. So maybe they'll give Absol an evolution, but it'll be like a baby or something.
That'd be so. You are so right. But man, if they gave it a baby, and they rebalanced its stats so it had like 500 base stat total or something, maybe. I actually don't know what its base stat total is. So
while you're looking that up, one of the things that was said here was it not getting a secondary typing after it got those wings. So I have a question for you, Kyle.
Mm-hmm.
Sephiroth, the Final Fantasy character, what type, if Sephiroth was a Pokemon, or what typing would you give Sephiroth?
Ooh, you're asking the wrong person.
Yeah. Because I think Dark is definitely one of them, right? Dark is one of them. But I don't know if Flying is the second one, despite the whole wing thing. And that's kind of what I'm feeling here for Absol. It might be Psychic, or Because like with Cloud, I think like, fighting electric for whatever reason.
Maybe Steel? It's going to maybe sound a little bit weird. Dark normal.
That does sound weird. You're right.
I feel like normal, like he's not a fighting type. I don't know. No. He's not a fighting type, and normal fits the person kind of vibe a little bit more. But
it's just a guy.
Yeah, he's just a guy, but he's the dark power, obviously. I don't know. But
turn 2 make a guy.
Absol has 465 base stat total. It would probably need to be like 520 to even be remotely relevant.
Yeah. And even then, that's fringe, dog.
And it also has bad abilities, so
that's a shame.
Yeah.
But it's such a cool Pokemon. Such a cool Pokemon. And the Mega is rad. I like it.
I think with a few color tweaks, I think it could be a fairy type.
Mr. Design over here. Always with an opinion. I think you're right. Black and white is like kind of, but it does kind of go hand in hand with like the yin yang thing they got going on there. You know,
what if it was dark normal type 4 times a week of fighting?
There you go. Perfect. That's what we need.
We made it even worse.
Yeah. Yahoo. We do. Hey man, there are plenty of otherwise great Pokemon that when they see him a champ, they just like turn around and leave. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Tyranitar. See you later. Cool.
All right. So for this week's PokéPoll, if you could fuse any 2 Pokemon, what would you choose and what would that fusion look like? Bonus points for typing, moves, and any other details. All right, Chris, do you have any ideas here?
I have too many ideas, but they're all really, really bad. Super bad. Here, I've got a really fun idea that will never happen. Okay.
Yeah.
It's not just a fusion. I know that this question says any 2 Pokemon, but just bear with me. What if Pikachu and every Pika clone could fuse together into like a Megazord? And like plus little Minum are like the feet, you know what I mean? And Emolga's like the helmet, and Pikachu's the chest piece, you know.
So I'm not gonna lie, I'm cheating right now, and this is fun here. Have you ever heard of Pokemon Infinite Fusion?
Yes, I have.
A lot of talented artists have worked on that.
Yes, they have.
So I want to see some great things. I would like to see basically anything fused with Blastoise.
Oh,
because like the shell with the cannons just have so much to work with.
That's
like
good.
Like Blastoise, and I want to see like a fire type. It doesn't have to mix the typings necessarily, but this is also a perfect time to mention, because we didn't mention earlier, Volcanion is the only water fire type in Pokemon.
Yeah.
So
it is. Fact. What about like Blastoise and Rapidash?
I don't know if it works because of the horse theme. It has to be another like two or no legged thing.
Why do you hate
Blastoise
horses?
And Chandelure?
Whoa,
or something.
Does each of the little candles have a tiny little shell? Just you know, like those things that they put on top of candles that are high up to like put them out, like snuff them out.
Yeah, sure.
It's like those shells are just like hovering above them like that, like they could at any moment, like you know.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That'd be fun.
Okay.
That would be really fun. Yeah, I don't know, man. I can't think of one that is legitimate. I think like I want to be like, oh yeah, Bisharp and Scyther, because I want Bisharp to be bug type so bad, and of course Scyther would kind of fit because like the knife hand thing, right? So that might work synergistically, but I can't think of it visually.
Yeah. Everyone here is more clever than we are, so I can't wait to see other people's ideas.
Pidgeot and Wigglytuff. It'd be fairy normal type. No, be fairy flying.
Regigigas and Rayquaza.
Oh my gosh, what a nightmare. I kind of love it though. I do. Which is weird because Regigigas is kind of like an ultimate Golem type Pokemon already. You know what I mean? Yeah. Anyway, dear listener, if you have an answer to this week's Pokeball question, which is, if you could fuse any two Pokemon, which would you choose? And what would that fusion look like? Bonus points for typing, moves, and any other details. We would like to hear from you. You can answer that question when we post it on our X account or on Threads. If you are a patron of ours, we have a channel dedicated to this in our patron-exclusive Discord server, so you can check that out via that avenue. And we do prioritize reading those responses. The 3 that we read here were from there this time. You can also send us an email to mail@gocastpodcast.com or call us. Our voicemail line is 262-586-7717, and we accept answers to the PokéPoll there. If you're watching on Spotify or listening on Spotify, you can reply to this episode with your answer. And if you are watching on YouTube, first of all, hello, thank you for watching. Please subscribe. I'm trying to hit 1,000 this year. We're at like 770 or something like that. I think we're getting there. Please give us a like and a sub. We'd love you for it forever. And do that. That's great. And speaking of emails and voicemails, Kyle,
it's time for emails.
That's true. And one singular voicemail. And we have one singular voicemail. It's the holdover that we have from Sarah Amanda from last week, and she's fielding the lucky guaranteed trades question. So here we go.
Hey, GOCast. This is Sarah Amanda here. So this is how I understand the guaranteed lucky trade feature. It's possible I have it wrong, but I'm going to do my best to explain it. So each player has an invisible counter that tracks how many guaranteed lucky trades that they have participated in. So the invisible counter is not going to count any of the lucky friend trades. You know, when you have the little best friend, you've done it. And I'm pretty sure lucky trinket is in this category too. It's also not going to count trades that randomly went lucky, because any trade you do has a chance of randomly going lucky. So the two things that need to happen for a guaranteed lucky trade to actually trigger is a Pokemon in this trade has to be from 2019 or older, and the person is trading the old Pokemon. That person's invisible guaranteed lucky counter must be under 35. So I trade with a lot of people, including returning players. I hang on to all kinds of stuff. And so for like the returning people, I trade them stuff that's like good for raids or whatever. So that way it has like maybe one of them will go lucky. Or if they have old stuff, I'm like, cool, this is a reasonable thing that can go lucky that you can power up for raids. And so I don't know what my invisible counter is, but it is probably over 100. So I cannot trigger a guaranteed lucky trade because my invisible counter is over a bajillion. Doesn't matter what the limit is. Doesn't matter how old the thing I'm trading away is. It's just not going to happen from me. Now, the other person, if they trade me something that's old and their counter's below 35, then yes, the guaranteed lucky trade will trigger because of whatever they've traded. And then I can, the thing I'm trading them, it'll go lucky and they'll get something good. I've had like 2 experiences now where it's pretty much cemented in that, yes, I'm not going to be able to trigger it. And so I've kind of stopped caring about this feature. It's like on the other person to like understand how it works. And I'm not expecting to get anything out of this. But like I had an experience where a friend thought that I could trade them something from 2018 for their shiny Chatot, but the trade didn't go lucky because I traded the old thing, but my invisible counter was a bajillion. And the other person, their counter was probably below the magical number, but their shiny Chatot was super new. So we didn't meet the qualification and it didn't happen. And now I have this unlucky shiny Chatot in my inventory and it's disappointing. Anyway, that's all. I hope this makes more sense now. Peace, Sarah Amanda.
Yeah, I kind of didn't consider only one of us have to qualify in order for this entire thing to go lucky, which seems like common sense on the back end of it being explained to me. But hindsight's 2020, and it's 2025, so I'm behind the times. Thank you.
How many times
Sarah
have you
Amanda?
made that joke in the last 5 years?
I've actually never made that joke until just now. I love that you don't believe me. You're like, oh, Chris, that broken record of terrible dad jokes. Oh my gosh. Anyway, we appreciate you calling in at our behest and covering this. Sarah Amanda, thank you. If there's any clarification out there of somebody who knows, please feel free to send it in. You can send it to mail@GOCastPodcast.com or call us at 262-586-7717. And if I said that all too fast, which I probably did, go to our website, GOCastPodcast.com, and you'll find all that information in the contact tab. Anyway, I usually say all that stuff after we're done with emails and voicemails. And while we are done with the voicemail, we have a couple of emails. Our first email is from our very own Fish on a Heater, who was sadly not with us for the Megapod, but kind of was, because, you know, we had a 25-minute segment from Fish in the middle there during the PvP Corner segment. So it was like he was there, but we missed him all the same. Anyway, hey boys, Fish on a Heater here. Great job on the Megapod. I managed to push it high enough in my podcast rotation to hear it over the weekend. It looks like I spent so much energy getting together the move update breakdown that I forgot I'd set some goals. I forgot that I'd set some goals and that those are super duper important too. So I went back and checked what they were so I could update you now. First, 2 more best buddies. Success. I think it was a Hundo Galarian Stunfisk and a rank 3 Gastrodon for Ultra League. Ooh, we love the Gastrodon. 150,000 on my collector badge. Success. 151,709. 95,000 stops spun. Failure. 93,469. You were pretty close though, man. That's getting
pretty
there.
close.
Yeah. 7,000 on Sightseer. Failure. 68,61. That's even closer, man. Holy moly. Earn championship points at Perth Regional Championship. Insert long list of expletives.
Oh, no.
I'm sorry, Fish. Platinum Jogger medal. Success. Nice work. For this season, I'll relist those 2 medals that I could not quite get from the previous season, and I'll get 3 Pokemon to Mega Level 3, and why not? I'll throw in Mega to Legend in GBL.
Ooh.
Now, there's something else I need to discuss, and it's in response to DeFi, who said, I keep trying to make fetch happen with my may the leads be ever in your favor sign off. I'll have you know, good sirs, that I was making fetch happen. For those who don't listen to PvP Corner, it was just something I said off the cuff one episode to wrap it up. I found it fun, so I kept saying it in future episodes. Others enjoyed it too. Listeners started signing off their emails with it, similar to Sorry for the Long Email. PvP Steve was excited to be the one to say it when he came on as a guest. Caleb Pang tolerated it. Its old opposition was Miss Spoil Sport over here, who from the start was like, no, that's lame. Don't do that.
I don't know. I think it's a little bit lame. I could be on DeFi's side.
I mean,
okay.
I like it. I like it because it's lame, though. I'm not saying it's not. Of course, since I enjoyed it so much and she really didn't, it became a running thing for a while. Each episode ended with a discussion on whether or not the sign-off was lame, or sometimes just as a pronounced groan. Listeners sent in their opinions, overwhelmingly in favor, of course. I
need to remind everybody that emails was not my idea initially.
That's true.
So.
It was not. Yeah, that's a holdover from a previous era. Hey, but you inherited it and you made it your own. You know what I mean?
Everyone wanted it. Everyone wanted it.
That's so true. Yeah. But it got to a point where the debate got a bit stale and one of us had to give in for the sake of getting on with the show. And because I care about DeFi so much, I decided to take the dive. Now we end with the much more apt but far less inspired sign-off, and we'll speak to you next week. All I ask in return is that the sign-off be treated with the respect it deserves. Also, I was the first person to suggest that the Megapod should be a seasonal thing, and I'm the one who coined the phrase Megapod. I'll be here if she wants to fight me about it. Sorry for the long email, and may the leads... never mind. Fish.
Oh, it's okay. You can say it, Chris. You can say it.
And may the leads ever be in your favor. Just for you. Just for you guys. Okay. Fish, thank you for writing in. I got to make sure I update your goals here with your results. But we need your new ones. There's still work to be done. Yeah, you got
to set new ones.
Yeah, we need to list the new ones, man. But thanks for writing in. It's good to hear from you. We definitely missed you on the show for last recording, so I'm looking forward to chatting with you soon. Hopefully, it's not the next Megapod. Hopefully, we get a chance prior. But hey, who knows? But that's it for that email from Fish. Thanks again.
All right. And our last email is from Eric. And they said, Dear Chris and Kyle, a while ago, one of your listeners shared his or her thoughts about the chances of receiving eggs from Mateo. Something about not holding the maximum amount of gifts. By the way, I don't believe that helps. So I just wanted to share my non-scientific conclusion about this topic. But this also goes for receiving eggs from opening regular gifts. Short background. As soon as I realized that Galarian Corsola was good for PvP, I made it my goal to hatch one with the best possible hatch IVs. With that said, it was in my biggest interest to receive eggs from Mateo. The chance of hatching Galarian Corsola is higher from Mateo's eggs than from regular 7-kilometer eggs. Because you can only have one chance per day to receive an egg from Mateo, imagine the frustration when I didn't.
Oh,
Apparently, it's not guaranteed if you ask Niantic, but here is my discovery. If you've recently have hatched an egg or hatch one after you start the route, my experience is that it's more likely to not receive an egg. This goes both with Mateo and opening regular gifts. The solution is simply to restart the game before opening. It's like the game doesn't update quick enough and recognize that you have an egg slot free.
Oh.
Let me give an example. I hatched an egg and immediately started a route. Mateo appeared and did not give me an egg. Then I opened 3 gifts from friends, still no egg. I restarted the game and boom, I got a 7-kilometer egg. I'm not saying that restarting the game before opening the gift from Mateo guarantees an egg, but I strongly believe that it increases your chances. Today, I was lucky enough to hatch a Galarian Corsola with the IVs of 10, 14, 15.
Nice.
It powers up to a satisfying 1500 CP. Rank 1 for hatch IVs, mission accomplished. I know it's far from optimal IVs in general, but this is what I have to deal with for now. I'm so sorry for the long email. I don't know why I wrote all of this. Do anyone else even care? And are you really going to read all of this? Smiley face. Eric. We did. We care. Plenty of people do. I cannot confirm or deny Mateo, except I know that it should just be guaranteed. You can only get 1 per day. Come on, man.
I know.
It's only 1 per day.
It's like not even, man. Like it's like who's going out there and doing a route every single day, but like still like it at the maximum 1 a day is such a slow tempo. Like you're right.
I agree, but any little bit that might help you eke out that egg from Mateo for it if that's your chase. So
yep. Absolutely. People do all sorts of little things like the holding B and down while catching a Pokemon in the main series games. That mentality has carried over to Go, but like in multitudes. It's like all sorts of weird stuff people do. But all the same, thank you so much for the email, Eric. If you, dear listener, would like to send us an email just like these fine folks did, or a voicemail, you can by sending your emails to mail@gocastpodcast.com. You can, again, send your voicemails to 262-586-7717. And by sending, I mean call that number. Who sends to a phone number? What a weird thing for me to say. For all things GoCast, visit our website at GoCastPodcast.com. Follow us on X and Threads at GoCast Podcast. Also Instagram if you'd like. We are on there, and I'm trying to post stuff. There's some things from LA on there. Patreon, if you'd like to support the show monetarily for as little as $1 a month and get access to our patron exclusive Discord, which is like well worth the value if I ask anybody in there. There's been people in there that have been in there for years, like a really long time. Mm-hmm. And when we go to events and we see these people, like, gosh, there's a handful of folks that we see at every single event, and we've gotten to become very good friends with them, and it's been a blessing. So please come join us. We'd love to have you. You can visit our Patreon by going to Patreon. That's patreon.com/GoCast podcast, or just search it. Because again, we have very undeserved great SEO for whatever reason. And then speaking of patrons, shout outs to our elite trainer tier patrons. Kyle, I know Steph did it last week, but I think you did it the week before, right?
I did. I double checked.
Okay, my man. He was ready with the receipts. I knew it.
I was ready.
Okay, so this is on me this time. Big shout out. Thank you to Bo, Daniel, Lori, Michael, Ozzy, Arkham, Marvin, Mimi, Sforza, Sui, and Ryan Thayer, Jason, Justin, Charles, Modders, Lee, William, Brandon, Ethan, Stephen, Nick, our favorite listener, Drew 2, Camo, The Ugly Rock, Jacob, Victoria, Stellar, Memorandums, Nabil, Tish, Jacob, Matthew, Don, John Paul, Micah, Sean, Dave, Nessical. Thank you so much for your generous support and for helping us keep the digital lights on, among other things. And if you'd like to help support the show another way, not monetarily, you can, of course, leave us a review wherever reviews are taken. Please do. even if it takes you just a minute. It really helps us out a lot with discoverability and all that good stuff. Okay, one last thing, and then we'll let you go. And that means you too, Kyle. I'll let you go in a minute here. We got to set some goals. We got to set some goals here before we're done. The upcoming event is this Catch Mastery event for Archen, whatever your case might be. That's on Sunday, though, whilst you are working, I should say. And then, do we have an event? Nope, it's just Catch Mastery, huh? So there's that. I think we have another event going on during the week, but I'm going to set my goals for the Catch Mastery event for sure.
All right. Okay, so I'm thinking and writing. Sorry.
Okay, I've got mine all laid out. I'm going to go ahead since you're still writing yours, okay?
Yep.
All right, I would like to get 2 shiny Archen. I would also like to finish the Catch Mastery research and whatever the ticket has me to do, so I get all my 40 encounters and all that good stuff. I'd like to hatch another 50 eggs because I'm just on a tear right now. I don't know what to tell you. And then reach rank 8 in GBL, which should be pretty easy considering the next one for rank 6 is like guaranteed because it's like, you know, the bonus item one and stuff. So yeah, we're going to slowly but surely work our way through the GBL ranks this season, even if it takes me a long time.
It's not going to work very well for you as soon as it switches out of Great League. You know that. I
mean, it's already Ultra League, and I did a couple successful matches in Ultra League. It's not going to go well for you when it switches to Master League, and at that time, I might take a break.
You you have the Stardust to spend.
I have Master League Pokemon. I have a 100% maxed out Dialga that I use all the time in Master League when I play it, which is not all the time. I don't know why I said that. But, you know, hey, it's there. What about you, Kyle? Have you had a good enough chance to think it through?
I'm trying to think of a last one. So,
what about your best buddies? You got any more ghosts left, or what about your Skeledirge?
No, I mean that's going to be on the list. I'm starting my Hundo Garchomp. That's just kind of been sitting there for a while.
Oh yeah.
No ghosts at the moment that need it. Obviously, I have plenty that I could, but
okay.
I'm not doing any more best buddy stuff ever until the game forces me to. So I will do it again if I get another Hundo Gengar.
Okay. Okay. All right. You heard him, Niantic.
You heard me, Niantic. I'm gonna say one shiny Archen, maybe. With the free research and the nearby research when I go to work a little early, maybe. Nice. I need to reach Giovanni for my rocket researches. I have like 4 rocket researches sitting right now at varying levels of completion. So I'm trying to sync them all up to just get them done. This will also accidentally finish my level 48 challenge.
Yeah.
Just to clarify, I am level 49. That's how long I've had this challenge. So I'm going to get the level 49 challenge when I finish it, and I don't even know what that is.
We love it.
I'm not even going to get rid of it. It's just going to get replaced. And then 200,000 experience, which will put me at an even 10 million.
Out of how many for that level?
30.
Okay. I want to know.
What? Go ahead.
I want to know what the level 49 challenge is.
So
49.
The level 49 to 50 is make 999 excellent throws. Beat 3 rocket leaders with 2,500 or less CP. What is the last one? Rank 10 in GBL. And I don't know what the other one was because I already completed it.
You can do it. Easy peasy.
Successfully catch 5 legendaries, which obviously I did probably the day that I hit level 49. But
yeah, this man raids.
Yeah, unfortunately, not anymore, but I did.
Okay, all right. Well, anyway, good luck, Mr. Kyle, and good luck, dear listener. We'll see y'all in the next episode. Until then, hey, shiny vibes and all that good stuff. See you then. Bye-bye.
Bye.